Why would you ever go to a bank to buy an investment property when there's the lease option strategy? We don't need a bank, guys. We get to become the bank in real estate with creative financing strategies. So my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the Go Getter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. Now, this is where I give you guys the actionable knowledge that you need to actually get out here and get after it in real estate without having to go to a bank and without needing boatloads of money. Now, I'm just a couple of minutes late tonight. Various reasons behind that. We may get into it. I want to thank you guys for joining me, though, for sticking around. Hit that like button, all right? And if you're new to my channel, I want you to consider subscribing, all right, if you feel like I bring you some value. Or you can just be a player about it. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah, we control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
What's good, my people? So I had to come on here tonight because I'm getting ready to go into the creative financing lab at about 8 o'clock tonight to actually read through the lease option contracts and drop some gems on y'all. Okay, it's one of them days. It's one of them Friday nights. So we got a lot going on. Star's in the building. Okay, Star. Hold on now. That ain't Star. Oh, the Star Kitchen. I was going to say, that's not Star that just got in my inner circle. No, because that Star ain't from Houston. Okay, well, welcome, Star. I'm in Houston. You're in Houston? I love Houston. I ain't even going to lie to you. I love it here. I do. Abraham. Okay, that's my D-O-double-G right there. What's up? Jose, now I saw you knocking on the door. Was that your wife with you? You that took the picture? It's like the man landing on the moon, right? They like, well, who stayed to take the picture when they was leaving the moon? Good work, brother. Good work. We got to talk about that. I want to know what happened. If anybody was there, but great work, man. So Joel, my guy right there. Raina, what's up? I got to talk to you and your brother too. Real talk. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday evening. Sorry, y'all. I want to talk to y'all about a couple of things tonight. One of them is an acquisition strategy and a lot of times a disposition strategy called lease option. All right. Lease with an option. It can be used. It's seller financing, essentially. Right. It's seller financing. I finally got an office chair in my Airbnb. That's why I was late. There's this place where I get pizza from. Long story, not even a long story, short story. There's a place where I get pizza from. Right. Check this out. And the pizza's fire. I told Coach Jerry, I was like, man, this was the best pizza I ever had. So anyway, though, it's in like a strip mall. It's only a couple of blocks up from my Airbnb. And my Airbnb is in Midtown, man. Great neighborhood. Everything's in walking distance. Like, it's amazing. Anyhow, though, next to it, like there's a bar and there's office chairs sitting outside at tables, a couple of tables. And so I've seen them the past, a couple of times when I was over there. So long story short, I finally see a guy in there at the bar, and then the store on the corner is open, and I don't know whose chairs they are. But I said to myself, because listen, guys, I'm not good with putting things together with like my dude. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like my daughter would have a toy or something that's like 4 pieces. I'm going to have difficulty. It's going to be extremely difficult for me, which is kind of sad. So I said to myself, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to overpay this guy for one of these office chairs because I need one. I was sitting in a folding chair with a damn pillow on it. Man, that thing was beating me up. Anyway, like, man, just because I can't put it together, really. So I go in there and I offer him. I said, hey, man, this is going to sound a little odd, probably. And that's okay. I said, but, I'm staying in the Airbnb down the street. I've been there for about a month. I'm about to stay for another month at least. And I don't have an office chair. I'm not great at putting things together. So I would love to pay you $120 if I could get my pick of one of those office chairs out there. Now, here's why I'm telling you this story. This reason right here. Because the guy, and he was a really nice guy. It smelled like incense in there, patchouli oil. There wasn't a soul in there, not a person. And it was a bar. And he was at the bar. He was the bartender, like the proverbial bartender sitting there wiping down the counter, waiting. Ain't nobody in there. He about to give you a piece of advice. That type of bartender. Well, check it out. I said, I'd love to pay you $120 for one of these chairs, And he's like, what? Really? I was like, seriously, man. I was like, I really need it, And he was like, oh my God. He was like, man, that like pays my whole electric bill for the month. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And he was, oh, they did come out, Jose. Hey, okay, we're gonna have to chop it up. So he says, this pays my whole electric bill for the month. And I'm like, really? Well, man, I'm glad that I could help. I said, but believe it or not, as much as you feel I'm helping you, you're helping me with this chair. I really, really need it, So he's like, man, yeah, go out there, pick your chair, bring it back in here. I'll wipe it down with some with the cleaner stuff, And I was like, cool. I said, I'm ordering my pizza. I'm gonna leave and go get my car so I can bring the chair back, And I come back, man, he done tightened up the arms on it and everything. And so it made me say to myself this: small business owners right now are absolutely unequivocally going through it. Small business owners, solopreneurs, most of them, they're just going through it. Cost of goods are going up. Chef Yarnell, what's up, my brother? I was looking for you the other day, man. I didn't see you. Good to see you now, though. So cost of goods are going up. People are out there struggling. And this is the time for creative financing to shine on through, because I keep telling you guys consistently, I'm telling you that the old way of real estate with the one size fits all stuff is no longer the way that real estate is being played out here. It's no longer a one size fits all world of real estate for people. I mean, people's credit isn't great, and I mean, people, their debt to income ratios, because interest rates are going up. I mean, people have lost in investing, people have money in IRAs, and it's just rough out there for them, And so creative financing comes in and really changes the game up. Did I freeze? Oh, because I did turn my Wi-Fi off. Creative financing comes in and it changes the game. So tonight, I'm going to go over with you guys the lease option. Okay. I'm going to check that because at 8 o'clock, I'm going to actually go into the creative financing lab in the Go Getter Family Academy. And I'm going to go over the documents. I'm going to read through the documents so that my people in the creative financing lab and then the people that are in my inner circle, they can understand some nuance about this lease option, because this lease option is very, very, very powerful when you understand how to strategically utilize a lease with an option to buy. Oh my goodness. Y'all just don't get it right now. And that's cool. But there's a lot we can do with that lease with the option, because the lease, guys, understand this. The lease allows us possession, a right of possession. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen with y'all tonight because I love you. Y'all are my people. I'm going to give you some game, because this acquisition strategy is really, really a good strategy, honestly. So a lease with an option. But let me make these distinctions here, because the lease agreement, it's a rental agreement pretty much. That gives gives us the right of possession, okay, if we acquire a property. And then the option, guys, which is a whole nother agreement, okay, with some differences. I mean, some major differences of there's distinctions in both. But again, the rental agreement, the lease agreement is the right of possession, and then the option agreement is the right of disposition. That's the control of the sale, the disposition of that property. Okay, so you can essentially buy subject to without doing a subject to transaction, because again, a subject to, we get the deed right away. Okay, with a lease option, the seller keeps the deed in their name until we do what we got to do with whatever the agreement is, whatever we came up with, right? So, hey, Antonio, hey, I'm coming. I'm coming tomorrow, man, to eat dinner with y'all. There's 6 of us, right? Antonio, his wife, Tiff and Tad, and then my guy. Man, who is it down there with us? Damn, I don't forgot it. Oh my goodness, I ought to be dogged. Mm, mm, mm. We're eating at that Brazilian place too. What's the brother's name, man? I don't forgot his name. Gibson. That's right. That's right. So there's gonna be 6 of us. I don't know if he's married. He's not married. So good time. Steakhouse, Brazilian steak. Anyhow, I'm excited, brother. If you guys have questions, I want you to drop them in the comments. All right. Put where you're from too. Put where you're from. Ian. That's right. Oh, okay. Okay. So during that time, no, he ain't. He gonna have to reschedule. What? Oh well, he can make a choice anyway. So, a lease with an option. Now, the right of disposition, guys, gives us control and what's written into this option agreement is going to matter. So that's what I'm going to start with here. So this is just a PDF that we have. It's a basic PDF. To break down and explain what documents are necessary in our lease option transaction. Okay, so on the acquisition, right? Acquisition, an option gives us the right of disposition. It's like a listing agreement, guys. All right, so I'm going to give you this distinction here, but when I go over the paperwork in the Creative Financing Lab and read through that, I'm going to show you how the money is made, because there's different option agreements that you want to use. So if we are acquiring a property, right? If we're acquiring a property, we want the option, we want it to be really loose, right? We want a lot of maneuverability within the option. We need maneuverability. We want maneuverability, which is why the go-getter family, we have different sets of paperwork, right? We have our buying paperwork, our acquisitions, and then we have our selling paperwork. Because, see, I'm going to give you this distinction here. Now, when we're buying, we want an option to be really loose. So we have maneuverability with that option, and we get to do what we want, right? Now, when we're selling, though, we want that option to be nice and tight, nice and tight, okay? Because, again, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a control freak. You got to be if you're going to be a successful one, right? So remember that, because when it's nice and tight when we're selling, that means that our buyer, because we can buy on an option, guys, and assign the option. It's a beautiful thing. And that's where our down payment comes in when we're doing a sandwich lease option. Now, disposition and your exit strategy. So again, the standard lease agreement. Now, when we're buying this property, guys, we're gonna let the seller know. We're gonna let the seller know that we're not Diana Hutton from Dallas, Texas. We got a lot of Texans in the building. I like it. I love Texas. This is my spot. I love majority of the country. Honestly, I mean, it is what it is. I love traveling as well across seas. So y'all want to fly out? Let me tell you guys, I'm gonna rewind. So we got a house in Pearl, Mississippi. And I got to say this. I just got to say this because we've got this house in Pearl, Mississippi, and we've got it with our student, Portia, right? And Portia, this house, every problem that could go wrong, guys, is absolutely going wrong, going awry. Now, here's the thing. When you're an entrepreneur and you're headed to your goal, which is why I put a video in my story today talking about all of the obstacles that we have to overcome. Because right now we're going to be selling this house that we've got with Portia on a lease option. She's having an open house tomorrow. Okay. And problems. So the sellers apparently move out, right? And now they owe a ton of money on their water bill. And we weren't aware of this, because you want to know why we weren't aware of it too? See, it's not even their fault. I mean, well, obviously they didn't pay their bill, so it's their fault type of stuff. Hold on, I got to fix my chair. I just got it, y'all. Anyway, so it is their fault for not paying their bill, but it's our fault because we didn't properly use our property acquisitions worksheet and get this information to understand what their water bill was. You want to know why? Because in doing that, allows us to know what our margins are. Dude, I've dropped some bread today. Well, not really like no money for real. Like it wasn't any money that I had to drop, but it was a couple grand. We got the electricity on, we got the water on. So the sellers, though, when they move out, they leave one of the screws under the sink undone. So when the water gets turned on, the water's just running. Portia's out to eat, apparently, with her sons and her nephews, and that have been helping her the whole time, right? Because she lives an hour away, and she gets over there, and guess what? Water all in the kitchen. I got pictures on my phone, man. I'll do a post. But listen, I'm going to tell you this. It's all good. It's all good. Because here's the thing. These moments, right? Moments like these, what we've got to understand with, especially with real estate, moments like these are moments where we get the opportunity to either grow or we get to shrivel, right? We get to back down and say, this problem, this situation is too much for me. And I'm going to buckle and I'm going to move forward in fear. Okay. And then I'm going to come up with fear-based solutions to scenarios, right? So there's the opportunity to do that. And then there's the opportunity to grow. Okay. And in the opportunity to grow is where we find the success that we're looking for. When we capitalize on that opportunity to grow. So I got to give shots out to a few people here. Okay. I got to give a couple shout outs, man, because we had a lot of growing today. Look, there goes my guy, Tad. Okay. What's up, brother? Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow, man. Yeah, Bianca got me old crazy hotel room. I'm like, damn, I ain't that successful yet. What the fuck? But keep it. It's all good. So anyway, though, I got to give a couple shout outs. The first shout out I got to give to Portia. Portia is a DPN, so she's got her doctorate in nursing, right? Dr. Portia Nunley, and she's been mentioning, right, because we had our inner circle sessions, and just other interactions with each other, because we have a community, guys, that is there with each other, for each other in these real estate trenches, man. Listen, anything that we do, and we're going to get good at it, we're going to start out in the trenches, deep in that grass. That grass is deep, man. And we're in them trenches, army crawling, right? So Portia, she just said how her job kind of transitioned, and is now controlling her time more so than she was controlling it before. She was working from home. See, this is what I'll be talking about too, how the universe will come in and bring some stuff into the game too, right? When you're getting to hit that new opportunity, that level up. Because she was working from home, man, had control. Now I done seen her in her scrubs and everything for the first time, walking all fast on her, doing a video, doing a Zoom on her phone. I'm like, I didn't put two and two together till right now. She said it's changed and been controlling her time a little bit. So, and then she's got this opportunity. So I got to give a shout out to Portia, because there's a lot of problems with this house, this situation, that water, right? But we fixed it. Of course, we came in there. When I see it, when a problem happens, it's like, okay, cool. I didn't even trip, man. When I seen the pictures, I'm like, damn, let's get it. Like, what are we doing? What's up, right? So we went ahead and got some dehumidifiers, two of them, two big boy ones, and then a few fans too, a bunch of fans, right? Because we got some advice from some of our roundtable people last night when we let them know of the situation that already own units, right? And so I'm like, cool. And that used to do some water restoration stuff. So that's what we're doing. And Portia, she was like working, man, and then this house, and then all these problems are happening, and it's like, damn. And then she's still learning too. So it's like, whoa, right? But guess what? Guess what happened? She has us. Right. And of course, we're there with her. And I'm like, me and Bianca are handling the electric company and the water company with their past due bills. And then oh my God, when you change, I'm going to give y'all a tip. High level, when you start getting units, you'll understand this. And I knew this But it was oh my God, them back bills, man, messed me up. Anyway, though, some markets, right? When you change your water bill, you've got to then go get a certification, change your water bill or your electric bill. You've got to go pay the damn county, and somebody comes out and does an inspection, and you got to get like certified or something. And it's like, what the fuck? They do that in a lot of places. Well, they actually do it in Mississippi, right? So now the other shout out is to Bianca, right? Because Bianca, I've been training Bianca just like I trained Jerry, man, and sharpened him up. Molly's next. So we want to tighten up, right? So anyway, though, Bianca has been dealing with the water company and the electric company, man, and there was some stuff in the game with that where some money came out my account, a few $500, something like that. I'm gonna get my bread back. Anyway, she calls down. It's the last thing, because guys, listen, there's water. Listen to me about the problems. The water in the house, it was all over, right? Because the water was on and nobody was there, and it was the kitchen sink. So apparently there's water that like seeped somewhere based off of gravity, or water finding the path of least resistance. That's what water does. That's why it seeps through everywhere. So that's why we've got to get the dehumidifiers. So when you have like acute water damage, get dehumidifiers. It sucks the moisture out of the materials and the wood and such around, right? Then there's a couple little tips and things you can do. So anyway, though, all of that is happening. We can't run the dehumidifiers without the electricity being on. We've got an open house tomorrow. We got signs, we got this, we got that, right? And so Portia was, like, there was some weight on her because she's going to be there. It's her open house, right? We're just walking her through it, bringing her through that, right? So anyway, though, Bianca, she has a pep talk with Portia because they've been working together a lot, because Bianca's our transaction coordinator, and this is where we're at in the deal. We got the acquisition specialist, Coach Jerry and I, right? Coach Jerry got the last one, so I got this one. I mean, that's, we just swapping out right now, I tag him. We like, look, I tag him, he tagged me, you up next, I got next type of situation. Anyway, though, so I thought I heard somebody knock on my door. I'm like, who is that? Where was I at? If we don't get this electricity on, though. So Bianca has a nice pep talk with Portia, like got her back in the game. Like, think about where you've made it to thus far, and then her husband kind of seen that she was a little down too, and they had a talk, and that's amazing. We need those support systems there, man, to uplift us when we're down, because there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows in this thing. And if you're doing this thing on your own, guess what? Them lows, they get really, really low. Okay. When you have people in this with you, well, it's a different story. So, she's got a call down. She's been dealing with the lady at the electric company, Monica. Boom. And Monica's like, yes, okay, I got you. I'm going to turn it on, like this. And she says, but you got to call, I think her name was Lisa, down at Rankin County. And I'm like, and I'm letting Bianca tell me the story now. And my heart's beating. She's like, because you got to get a certification. So I don't even want to go through all of it. And then you guys don't have the certification with Lisa down there. So why don't you call her first and let her know that I told you to call, right? So now I've been training Bianca on how to, she's in the inner circle and shit with all of us, right? So she used a tool that we use. She used mirroring. She calls down there. She lets her know, hey, what's her name told me to call. I forget the lady's name from the electric company. Says, call because I need some sort of certification. And, it's Friday. We only got half a day left. And we just really need to get this done, And she said, you could help me. And the lady says, yeah, well, you got to pay $100 and then do this. And we'll send out an inspector. And that usually takes one business day. Bianca said, a business day? And sat there. Boom, silent. And the lady said, oh, well, yeah, well, you know what? Let me, if Monica has it in the system already with Gene's name there, then I'll just put it on Mr. Dupree's and we'll send it through. So you guys will have it. She said, just send it. It's done. She said, okay, thank you. Have a great weekend. Boop, got up out of there. I'm just saying. No, No, okay, Yarnell. Yarnell's got a question. That's a great question. So that's how we get down, y'all. Hit that like button. All right. And if you ain't following me yet, give your boy a follow. Chef Yarnell, who is in my inner circle, that's my DOGG, has a great question. So he asked, especially about that water situation, right? Well, Yarnell, this is the thing. And you're right, property preservation does go out there when there is a foreclosure. The bank will send them out there, but sometimes they'll send property preservation out there before the foreclosure action even starts, when they're behind on their payment. And the way I see that, Chef, is this. I see it as them, that's an intimidation factor from the bank. If they're going out there before the foreclosure action starts, because they've just defaulted on a few payments, and a person from the bank shows up at your door, oh, I just wanted to check and see if somebody was still living here. That's property preservation. Hey, Chef Yarnell, the people that we bought it from subject to, right, and took over the mortgage, they just moved out, brother. We stopped the auction. We stopped the auction the day before. I put the recorded call up on my YouTube, y'all that are here. So Junior, I got to get with you too, you and Raina, about them t-shirts, man. We got to talk. Tap in with me. So that's my dog right there. Inner circle. Look at D Train 21. What up, player? Oh, that's Dewan. Okay. So anyway, where was I at? Damn, I don't forgot where I was at. Chef Yarnell, the property preservation. So she had already had a trailer that they were moving into. Okay. And I don't want to tell all the business, but listen, she was married, got a kid. They got a divorce, right? He's a truck driver. He's on the house too, but he's like, cool. I don't even know, man. Now I don't even want to speculate on the relationship dynamics. I don't, but he's a truck driver on the road. He's like, you know what? Whatever she needs to be all right. And I'm like, cool. Sign this, sign that, sign this. Okay. Well, she's got another boyfriend that had found her a trailer to move into, Chef Yarnell. So they're in the transition of moving out, right? Almost all the way moved out, because remember, Portia has a video going through there of her going over there and cleaning up. That was right after she had moved out. And so property preservation wasn't on it yet, player. You know what I mean? So it was them that did, the sellers unhooked something. You see what I mean? Somebody. Now, here's the thing too. There was slippage. There was slippage in this thing in places. Where problems have happened. Listen to me, y'all, because I feel like this is a snowball effect now. Because one of the brokers that I talked to down there, she went over there and looked at the place for me, sent me some comps and all that good stuff. Well, when she pulls up, my damn door's wide open on the house, and I'm like, well, where the was the lockbox, man? That was a detail that was missed. So it could have been, because the door was open. Now the broker sent me a picture. She's like, I don't know if I should go in there. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't go in there now. It's cool. It's fine. I'm going to call Portia. She's got her sons, her nephews. Don't go in there. Now, Jerry did tell me, now this is in Mississippi. When he met the broker over Zoom, she showed him a bag with a blicky in there. And so she's like, well, okay. But she ended up going in there anyway. But then the water, the pipe is unscrewed under the sink. I mean, so when you miss things, things begin to snowball, right? But see, if we operate and we move in fear and anticipate an undesirable result, or when an obstacle happens, we sit there and sulk in it. Well, we make fear-based, we come up with fear-based solutions. Okay, so let me go through the rest of this doc, and then I'm gone. I got to eat before I go over. I'm going over to the Creative Financing Lab for those that are members, and I'm paying for your first 30 days if you do want to become a member, to actually read through our lease option agreement and the tenancy agreement and break that down for my people, so that we understand that, because this is the exit strategy that we're using on this house. Now, Portia went over there tonight. She's shampooing the carpets. We got the water on. She's shampooing the carpets, cleaning up. We got the dehumidifiers, the big boy industrial things going, and the fans. Trust me, we're gonna be okay, because Bianca had that talk with Portia. I gave Bianca some game on, like, hey, you need to talk to Portia. You guys have established a rapport. This is what we do, right? Boom. Let her know we're here, because I know what we're doing, because I'm moving too, man. I was on the phone for 30 minutes today with the damn electric company, dude. I was about to, man, anyway, long story. But we're moving. She's shampooing the carpet. Her nephew and her son over there, they're cleaning it up, getting it boom, and then it's getting dried up. They're setting up all the stuff for the open house tomorrow. Applications, flyers, banners, path to home ownership. Y'all are going to see it. Y'all are going to see it. This is how we're rocking. Now, we're going to do a lease option on the exit strategy, y'all. And since there was water damage, listen to me, man. If there's anything messed up, guess what we do? See, we get a down payment from our buyer, and then guess what we do? We give them work for equity credit for a bigger down payment. We give them credit for work for equity. So if they want to fix whatever needs to be fixed, here's what we'll do. We're not going to fix it, but we'll give you credit on the down payment that you pay us. So let's say there's $10,000 worth of work that needs to be done. You give us $10,000, we'll create a promissory note for the other $10,000, and we call it 20. And guess what we just did? We created 10 G's for ourselves, and they're going to fix our house up for it. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, maybe kind of a little bit, but that's what happens, right? Think about it, because a promissory note is money. So if you don't have the creative financing lab, I'm going to pay for your first 30 days. It's on me. It's free, man. It's the holidays. All right. And then after that, it's like a tank of gas a month to get this game, man. I'll be dropping on y'all. But long story short, that's what we're doing on our exit strategy. Any other questions? If not, I got to get on up out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to touch on this real quick because I got to get on in the creative financing lab at 8 p.m. Central. So I got to eat something. Let me touch on this real quick. So now once we get this option to purchase, okay, and then a lease assignment, y'all, a lease assignment. The lease assignment goes with the tenancy agreement. Okay, so hear me out here. Hear me out really quick. If we buy on an option, and then we sell on an option, boop, we're gonna give them a lease that's higher than the monthly payments that we negotiated with the seller. We negotiate $1,000 a month seller financing with the seller, and we buy it on a lease option, and then in 5 years we're gonna pay them the $100,000 or whatever, right? I mean, that's the balloon payment. We would then do a lease assignment and a tenancy agreement with our tenant buyer and charge them higher than $1,000 a month, $1,500, $1,250, whatever, right? It just depends on the numbers and the values of the house, but we do know that it's going to be higher than the $1,000 a month we negotiated with our seller. Then we become what? We become the bank in the middle, where we acquired the property with ink on paper, right? We just did it the right way, and then we assigned the right of possession, and then we assign the right of disposition, because we want to what? We want a down payment too, because why? We like to take vacations. I know I'm asking a lot of questions tonight. It just is one of them nights. We're talking about money. We got money sitting in the palm of our hand. When we have money sitting in the palm of our hand, you know what we do? Because with money, it's not even always just about the money, man. It ain't even the money, really, for me. It's the opportunities and the options that is a result of being to provide value in a marketplace that generates money, which results in opportunities and choices that you get to make in living life. So when it's in the palm of my hand, you know what I do with it? I'm going to tell you what I do with it. I get real thorough with it. I do. I don't want to leave not one stone unturned. Not when it's in the palm of my hand. Not when it's right there. Why would I leave one stone unturned if it's right there in the palm of my hand, man? So I like to be really, really planned out. That's why, like, we had 2 team meetings today, man. Me and the Avengers meet every morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, right? We hit each other with a good morning email, man, because we're just family. Y'all are about to see some content, man, here soon. We're about to have a team building boot camp. I can't wait for that. But we meet in the morning. Boom. Hey, we're all on our assignments. What we're doing. What is our mission? What's our mission for today? Because we are in the real estate trenches. So they go out, they handle their mission. It was Friday. We got houses. We got an open house tomorrow. So we met again at 5 p.m. And that's when we used to meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when other people had other jobs and things they was doing. Well, no more. Everybody's 100% full-time on the squad. So that's what we're doing, right? But I'm very thorough when the opportunity is right there, because it's right at the finish line, man. It's right before the finish line that the ball gets fumbled. That's when the ball gets fumbled the most. when you're close to the finish line, and you know how you fumble the rock? You fumble it by overlooking a small detail. That's how you fumble the ball. That's how you trick it off. I've done it. I'm not even going to sit up here and hold you. I have done it, man. I've paid the price for it too. I've paid too, literally. And I'm cool with that. That's called tuition. I didn't have the funding to pay for and a hand-to-hand education, which is all good. That's why I'm here for y'all. But I hope y'all did get some value, because I got a little long-winded. Now, I will be in the Creative Financing Lab at 8 p.m. Central reading through the document correlated with this. I'm going to take a look at the option, and then we're going to go over that standard tenancy agreement a bit as well, and take a look at the assignment. All right? We like to get to the bags around here. I like bags. I do. Okay? How about you? You like bags too? I would think that you do if you're here right now. So hit that like button, y'all. If you feel like I brought you some value, I want you to consider subscribing to my channel. And guys, don't forget, we've got the Become the Bank Challenge 12 that's actually coming up in December. I don't even have the thing fixed yet. That one still says November on it. It's actually December 4th through the 8th. But join my Creative Financing Lab. Your first 30 days are on me. I'll be over there in 17 minutes to read through the documents and go over it on a deeper level, show you that. See, going through these documents, this is implementation and control. How do you maneuver within the four corners of this document, man? How do you maneuver in the world, in reality, while you're within the four corners of a piece of paper that puts it all together? This is houses, people's lives, man. So we're going to be doing this tomorrow anyway with this open house, getting this bag too. So I'll see y'all over there, man. Hit that like button, man. Drop some flames in the comments if you're catching this on the recording. Yeah, bags are definitely good, Kenneth. They are definitely good. Diana, you're over there. Diana, you're in Houston, right? Now, somebody was from Dallas too. Now, it's a lot of y'all. You want to join? The link's in the description for the Creative Financing Lab. The first 30 days are on me, so go check it out. And I'll be over there at 8 o'clock, guys. All right. So hit that like button, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You guys already know this ain't no moment anymore. It's a movement. And if we apply ourselves enough, man, we're going to have an impact on the world. Real talk. Till next time, y'all. Let's get to it.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters.